All right. Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday. I keep thinking it's Thursday. I don't know why.
But it's Wednesday. It's hump day.
Hello, everyone. Happy hump day.
I'm going to pin the topic right there.
Ooh, speaking of pin, we're talking about Pinterest today. We got a request from a subscriber on YouTube to talk about Pinterest.
Yeah, so if you guys ever have any topics that you want to share or want us to discuss, just send us a message and we're more than happy to consider any topics. I realize we don't really introduce who we are and what we do or anything like that. And it would be kind of strange and random if somebody hops on and they have no idea what we're talking about, right?
So we should do that every live?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good practice. So my name is Marina.
And I'm Michelle.
And we actually resell. So
we are part-time resellers.
We're part-time resellers. So what is that exactly? Well, we have our regular jobs, and to make extra money on the side or additional income, we have picked up a hobby, and where we purchase items at low prices, and then we resell them at the going market rate. Mm-hmm. So how's it going, Brand Coat Bargains? Happy Wednesday to you. So, there's this entire community called resellers, but really we're just retailers, right? Mm-hmm. And on a very small scale. So we actually, you could do this too. You could start selling items around your house, and that's kind of one way a lot of people start, and we use different platforms to do this. So given that you're already selling things on a platform such as Poshmark, eBay,
Etsy,
Mercari, the easiest ones to start on are going to be like OfferUp, Poshmark, and Mercari. Mm-hmm. I feel like those are the easiest, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so given you already have an account, you're already selling things there, there's Depop, and you don't see things moving, then, there's stuff that you can do to get your items seen, right? Mm-hmm. So essentially you're just a store. Just like when you get a storefront at the mall, that's a great place to get a storefront. How's it going, Atelier Berger? Happy Wednesday to you.
And the key thing is really, how do you get your store visible to people who are shopping?
Oh, I just noticed the microphone is over here. Is it on, or are we using the computer audio? Which one are we using? Computer, okay. So anyway, you're online, and so you want people to see how you are doing. You want people to find your store. So what you need to do is figure out how to do that. So we're actually going to talk today about that, and we're going to talk about using Pinterest to get seen online.
Yeah, so Pinterest is essentially, just kind of like a social media platform, but not so much in a sense where you are more focused on images, and if you're looking for something that are visual based, Pinterest is really the place for you.
Pinterest is 100% a social media platform. It's very unique. How's it going, Bill? 3245s. But it's really visual, right? Mm-hmm. So the difference between Pinterest and Instagram, you see one picture at a time, right? And you scroll, so you give it your entire attention. Pinterest is like a board, like a what do you call those boards where you pin things?
Tack boards.
I don't think that's a name.
Cork boards?
Yeah, like a board, like a message board, cork board, whatever. It's a board where you would, when you go to Starbucks, they have like a little board, and then people pin advertisements on there. Well, this is essentially a virtual board where you could pin images. Mm-hmm. So you pin images that you find on the internet. Bill says, hey ladies, the VP debate starts in 15. So I'll be here for a couple minutes. We appreciate that, Bill. Yeah, we're definitely going to check that out as well. We're going to, we're excited and looking forward to the debate.
Yeah, we're dressed up for the debate.
So that's Pinterest. So how do you use it to make sales? Well, Michelle wants to talk more about Pinterest.
Yeah, so Pinterest has over 335 million plus global users based on socialmediatoday.com. That's a lot of users.
That's a lot of users.
335 million.
Yeah, that's more users that you're going to get if you have a storefront in the local mall.
So it actually is a great platform it actually provides great exposure for your product.
100%. And you're going to find out some more really interesting things. Now, we are talking about reselling, but if you're a business owner, this can apply for you as well. So quick shout out to Brenna's Closet and Perfectly Tousled Hair. Happy Wednesday to you guys. Bill says, why, when you're looking for an item and it's on Pinterest, but you have to have an account to see the item? What? I know. That is true.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's kind of like
It's
Facebook.
annoying.
Sometimes when you go on Facebook, they make you sign up for an account.
I hate that also. I feel like they're just trying to, get your information,
Yeah.
So
there are 88 million users in the U.S. And there are 200 billion pins. And 71% of users are actually women.
That's interesting. 71% of users are women. So if you're selling a product or marketing yourself, it doesn't matter what you're selling. It doesn't matter what your business is. If you are in business, you can sell stuff online. You can get exposure online. And honestly, I love Pinterest. It is so much fun.
I remember people use Pinterest for wedding planning. I know they use that a lot.
Yeah, you can. We've used Pinterest like in our lives. We use Pinterest to get inspiration on how to create our backyard because we created our backyard from scratch.
That's true.
So before we had any idea on how to design our backyard, right? Actually, purchasing a new home is what got us into the reselling business. We would just find like cool ideas on Pinterest. And then when we sat down to design the backyard, all of our ideas came from Pinterest. So we've used it for a lot of things. We use it for marketing, for planning on branding. Like if we're helping someone with their branding, we use Pinterest. Bill said, must be the cool club people. Brianna's Closet said, I love Pinterest and use it for so much. So there you go. And then Perfectly Tousled Hair said, so addicting. I love it.
And the coolest thing is it actually helps market your products, if you believe it or not. So what you can do is we're going to talk a little bit more about who uses Pinterest.
Now, but did we say that 80% of U.S. mothers who use the internet use Pinterest? Did we say that? That's a lot of moms. Yeah.
This is also interesting. So the average household income for Pinterest users is $100,000 and above, and 28.1% of users are.
She basically meant to say that 28% of the users' average household income is $100,000.
I don't know what I said.
Or more. So, gosh.
Sorry.
What? Why? That's interesting, right? So we do have more stats for you. Now, all of this is relevant in targeting your customer. Really, this is like free marketing.
And yeah.
Free. This is amazing. When my parents had their business, I remember this was in the 90s. They would spend over 10 grand a month on marketing. You can literally spend $0 on marketing right now. That's crazy. Okay, so average time spent. Average time spent on Pinterest is about 16 minutes. Average time spent on YouTube is about 16 minutes. Average time spent on Facebook is 12 minutes, and on Twitter is 3 minutes. So that's interesting as well.
Pinterest is super addicting, I guess. And in terms of age, so 34% of Pinterest users are between 18 to 29 years old. So it's a millennial demographic and Gen Z, right? Yeah.
Are you going to read the rest of the ones on there? Or you just going to stick with the one?
And 35%.
Come on, Michelle. We have a debate to watch. Let's go.
30 to 49. 27% of them are 50 to 64, and 15% 65 and above.
That's really interesting as well, actually. So the age demographic is a tad bit older than Instagram, right? So it's a little bit similar to Facebook. So that's super duper interesting. Okay, let's move on. So 2/3 of pins represent brands and products. So that's amazing. I was surprised when I started seeing like public speakers or motivational speakers with a Pinterest account about 5-6 years ago. I was like, why are they on there? But you know what? It makes sense because it's like an organization tool. You could organize all your favorite public speakers, or all your favorite quotes on a page, on a board. It's so cool.
Yeah, so like Starbucks here, they have boards of their drinks, and for a reseller, you could organize your boards into different categories. For example, if you sell vintage clothing or vintage hard goods, you could definitely like create different boards for that. 100%. So when people are looking for those items, it'll be really easy for them to find you.
Yeah, remember, like, one of the reasons people use the boards is for inspiration, right? Mm-hmm. But how cool is it when we were making our backyard and we're using a board for inspiration, and I wanted to know, where can I buy that item? Mm-hmm. And you can literally click on the item and it will take you directly to where you can purchase the item. So it's super convenient and it's a really fun way to shop. How's it going, M Gold Girl? Happy Wednesday to you. All right, so let's continue there.
Another fun fact, every day nearly 2 million people pin products. Rich pins.
That's a lot of pinning. I know you can, we mentioned this a little bit last time when we were talking about Poshmark. You can use Etsy and you can use Poshmark, and you can integrate your products to, as you are listing them, have them be pinned on your Pinterest account for other people to share.
And also Etsy too. Etsy and Poshmark.
Literally just said that. Were you listening? All right.
I'm out of it today. All right, so Pinterest is keyword based. So this is another thing, is make sure you're using the right keywords so people can find you. And, you can use the keywords that you use on your listing as well.
Yeah, so that's good to know, right? Who would have known, like, okay, it's going to be keyword based. So, thankfully, when you are making a listing for your product, you're already using that skill. Mm-hmm. You're already making it keyword based, right? Bill said Michelle needs some sushi from the sounds of it. I agree. And we're going to get her some this month. It's her birthday month.
Maybe some alcohol.
Go for it. I think it'll put you right to sleep, and then you'll wake up a new person tomorrow.
All right. So let's talk about best practices for Pinterest. So as I mentioned, create different boards. So showcase your shop's personality and taste. Making sure each board has enough pins. Don't just put one pin. Put a lot. So it'll help you organize your store.
Yeah, and people will run across your boards and they will follow you if they like how you are curating your board. Mm-hmm. How's it going, Kay's Glam Shops? Happy Wednesday to you. And this is also a way you can continue making your brand strong, right? So if you are a store, if you are a business owner, your goal as a business owner is, yes, it's to sell, but how do you sell through marketing? Mm-hmm. And what is part of marketing? Branding. So, create open a Pinterest account. It's free. You can open a business account. It will put your company name on Google's SEO for free. Mm-hmm. Again, you don't have to pay anything. It's definitely worth doing.
You could also pay a fee to advertise your products. That's another option. So the second best practices is don't be shy. Follow other people's boards and then repin and comment on them, engage with people.
It's exactly like Poshmark, right? That's what you do in Poshmark. You follow people, you share their products. I wonder if that's where Poshmark got those ideas. So you do want to engage and grow your audience on Pinterest.
Mm-hmm. And this is how you pin like a pro. Print every single day. And don't pin all at once. Pin one item or a couple items at once so people get fresh content in their home feed.
So let's transfer this skill from being a reseller to being an expert on Pinterest. So just as we recommend, don't list all your items on one day. Don't pin all your pins on one day and spread them out throughout the week. Mm-hmm. Pinning is much, much easier than reselling, though, that's for sure.
And learn from others. So keep an eye on what other people are pinning and how they do it. For example, if there is a person on eBay or Poshmark who has a Pinterest board, check them out, see how they do it, and learn from them.
Yeah, just like we love learning from other resellers. Do the same thing. follow some pages that you like and try to emulate what you want your page to look like. And so finally, this is a very last best practice. Go on, Michelle.
Is you can actually pin people's feedback about your store. So if you have any, positive feedback, create a pin out of it. And when people visit your page, they're going to know, oh, wow, you guys provide great services.
That is such a neat idea. So you can create a board with all of the testimonials of all of your products on there. That is so cool. So
Yeah.
I hope that gives you guys some ideas on how to market your business. And again, this is free, and and we've never talked about
Try it
Pinterest,
out.
but
Yeah,
we did have a request to talk about it. So we could check that one off the list. If you guys ever have any other requests for topics that you would like for us to discuss during our lives, send us a direct message or make a comment on the post there. And of course, we always end with a meme. So Michelle will take turns on this one. We have 1998. The saying was, don't get in a car with strangers.
And in 2008, people say, don't meet people from the internet alone.
And in 2018, we say, order yourself a stranger from the internet to get into a car with alone, aka Uber and Lyft. So, not sure how that's connected to Pinterest, but it was kind of funny anyway, right? How things evolve. Speaking of things evolving, we're gonna sign off now and head on over to watch the debate with the vice presidential elect and vice president. So we hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you guys so much for joining, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See
Have
you
a good
tomorrow.
night. Bye-bye.